after that, what is hell and heaven?
No, but you have to understand one thing. It's like this. Have you seen any animal? So first and foremost, before we go to hell or heaven, we need to understand from whatever is there right now in front of us. So have you watched any animal in very close, including a cow or a calf or goat or whatever? Any animal, any mammal, apart from human. Have you watched very closely?
Yeah, I've been watching. I am born in middle of all those.
Yes. So what do you see? Let's say you've seen a cow. What do you see?
I don't know from which angle you are asking.
Whichever angle you're talking about.
Behavior of the cow or
anything. Behavior of the cow, the look of the cow.
It is not as superior as a human being. That much I know. But that doesn't have that feeling.
Yes.
I can feel it. I don't know whether that animal feeling or not.
Is animal able to feel?
I have no idea whether that feels. Because the reason is, if you go to, for example, at our cow shed, we used to have many cows, right? It is sleeping where? Wherever it is having its own digested things, it will sleep on that. It will get sleep, no problem. And when you send that one to, say, the forest, it will do the grazing and come back. Whether it is a rain, no rain, and all that, it has got its own some protective this one. And when it's the calf is very small, it will take care so much. But after reaching certain age, then the relationship breaks. So within its own area, it is working in certain, its brain is working, but it's well connected with its master. I have seen either dog or cat or these cows and all that. Whomever feeds, it is generally well connected with that. And I think it is not thinking about that. What I heard from Sadhguru's teaching is that suppose somebody in that family is not well, even though 100 kilometers away, this cow can sense that, and you can see the tears in that cows. So that is the reason they have something very special sensing mechanisms. So they are well connected. That tear is nothing but it is then going through the what you call emotional stage, and that is suffering. Yes, it will be there. And a kid is not well, for example. I think it used to be like that earlier. You have 10 cows, that too deshi small cows, which used to give half liter, 1 liter kind of milk. So mother used to feed only from one cow milk to that kid. And in case something is going wrong with the kid, the cow used to go to a place and only eat that kind of grass where it is medication for this kid. It used to give the milk. That is how that system used to work, as per my understanding. This is all from Sadhguru I am talking about. So that is the reason we have, we also have emotion towards cow. Cow also is having emotion towards us. But if you ask, is it suffering or not suffering? I really don't know to read that cow's mind, except this kind of some examples.
Okay.
See, we live based on our comfort level. It lives based on its comfort level within the nature.
Okay, so what I wanted you to see is, if the cow was so good, does it require such a huge body?
If you talk about nowadays that big cows, no, that is latest breeds. Yes, it is beyond its capacity.
No, not only
Much
that.
beyond.
Even if it is a desi cow, does it require such huge capacity?
Because I cannot question that the nature's design.
No.
I don't know.
No, it's not about nature.
If you see the ant and cow, there's a huge difference. See, honeybee, ant, cow. These things I have been watching even now also. Very closely I'm watching. Okay. One is small, another is one big.
No. So the question here remains was on hell and heaven, and is really there is a hell is a question. Now to observe that, whether there is a hell or not, you need to observe it in animals. Okay, so what you need to do is you need to observe their eyes, the size of the body, and what they really do. And then you will come to know whether there is a heaven or it's a hell. You don't have to go to that hell realm where somebody is boiled or somebody is cooked and there is acid porn or something like that. We don't have to believe or rely on that. You can rely on what you see. Okay, so if you can do that correctly, you will come to know for sure for yourself. Yes, they have little bit of intuition in terms of what is happening. So even dogs have, cats have, every given animal has that. But it is so blind that it cannot communicate. Meaning it is in moha. So it cannot communicate. So the human beings is able to tame all the animals. Whether it is a cow or a sheep or lion or tiger or elephant or whatever. Does it know that it has been tamed? What do you think? Does it know?
It won't be knowing, it's only we know.
You know. And then are you willing to get whipped every now and then? Just see the pain there, right? So even though it is your cow, you are going to whip it. Or you have an ox, you are going to whip it. Okay, so even if you have a dog, you are going to trouble it by giving it a bath and so many other things like what a human will do. It's a pain for it, but it is a pleasure for human. Isn't that a painful existence? And if it is a cow, it is bound to its shelter. Meaning they will put a bell in front of it, they will tie the noose around its nose, and they will tie it to a stump where it cannot move anywhere. Does it have the power to somehow cut that off and run away?
No, it cannot cut and run away. Even elephant also can't do it.
Nothing can be done. And if you keep a human in captivity, even with no grill, he will know how to do a suranga.
Yes.
This is the difference between heaven and hell. So human being knows how to escape, because that is the crux of everything. He can do karma in such a way that it will take him to higher realm of existence. He can do karma in such a way that it can take him to the lower being. But now if in lower being, can that being escape? Let us say in the last life it was human. Now can it escape? That's the hell all about. And if you come to insects, same problem. They look light, but they die fast. Anybody can stamp on them. So they are worse than animals, because animals at least they have a thick body. It can protect. What about an ant? Can it protect? Or a mosquito? Or if you have bee also. Bees will keep on storing. So when that bee was a human being, it kept on accumulating without doing any dana. So it turned out itself to be a bee. Now you see the fun. It keeps on accumulating. Somebody will come and rob the entire thing out of it.
Correct.
And then what it will do? It's helpless. It will try to sting the person, and human being knows how to escape the sting of the bee. Otherwise we wouldn't have had honey. So human being knows how to tame every given animal, plant and insect and also aquatic. So that means human being can virtually rule this world. So isn't it hell for the animal and the bird and the insects? That's all we can see. Forget about what is down below.
Yeah, in this planet, if you see X number of all these insects and animals and all that, in that some portion, yes, it is impacted due to human being. Yes, it is hell. Agreed. But majority of things may not be connected with the human being, right? For them also it is hell.
Yes, see the animal getting hunted by itself, meaning a lion will hunt something and that hunting is there, right? Look at
Prana Bhaya will be there all the time for them.
Exactly.
Yes. Bigger one eating smaller one.
Yes. Do you have such kind of fear?
We don't have. I think thanks to this government and all that. I agree.
No, whichever.
Difference.
No, it's not a question of government or no government. As a human being, you don't have fear of death.
We don't have that kind of fear. Yes.
Whereas in the animal realm,
anybody can come and eat live. With no
Yes.
questions asked.
Yes, exactly. So it has to eat, but also it has to safeguard itself, and it doesn't know whether it will be able to safeguard or not.
And it is not working based on the values. No value system there. It is just nature, hunger, and then protection. All the time, same thing.
Yes. So in that way, human existence, what is there, is a junction between going up and going down. So that's the reason you have both. You have both.
I agree. That's the right justification. Yes. You have both things here.
So you can rule the world or you can get ruled by it.
Correct. Use it properly means you can do better things. If you don't use it properly, you're going automatically below, right?
Yes. So let's say somebody were to rear a cow or cat or dog or whatever animal, and they become that, meaning they get so engrossed in that, in the next life they become that. Is it worth it, is the question. At least if they had taken Deva Bhava, then they would have become God, some God. But having taken animal so dearly, that person will become an animal. There are some friends of mine, they are so hooked on to their dogs that they can't live without that dog even for 5 minutes. Now that they are working from home, they will keep their dog next to them and then work. And when in between the meeting, they keep on playing with the dog. Now you see where the mind is going. It is becoming a dog. What if the dog dies? This person is as good as dead, because he will be so much or she will be so much in pain and agony that the dog has died and is not able to eat or sleep or whatever. Let's say there is a heart attack of this person who was a human. The next given opportunity, that person automatically takes the body of a dog. That's it. That's hell. Nobody thinks that why this being became a dog. They just name the dog and enjoy the dog and be with the dog and do all things for the dog, not realizing that they will become that whatever you take, you become that. If you take a deva, like in the case of Krishna, you become that, which is far better than taking a dog or a cat or a cow or whatever animal. It's such a dangerous, actually. Krishna is million times better than taking a dog and becoming a dog. And that is what Shraddha is all about. So hope I answered the question on
this is in this planet. This is in this planet. Then you have Atala Sutara Vitala Patala Satara and all that below. And also Bhuva Swama and up to top.
So you have
every loka you have different way of dealing.
Yes, and the same consciousness becomes that. So we need to select the object properly. That is Savikalpa Samadhi. If the object of meditation is a dog, we will become a dog. If the object of meditation is a material comfort, we always land up in Karma Kanda, below the Karma Kanda itself. So that means you have to keep on doing karma to get that. We'll never get up from there. So the only way of dealing with it is to let go. Just take Vairagya. Not worth it. So to answer to question of Padma Shri and you, but relating to that cancer and what could be done and all that, what we were discussing. So let me conclude that on what it is like this. A normal human being who doesn't know anything about karma or knows little bit of karma but he doesn't clearly see what he is doing or she is doing will either curse his existence saying that, look, I had to pay 15-20 lakhs to that hospital and then they fleeced me and all of that. May bad thing happen to that hospital who fleeced me in the name of giving the ventilator while the person was almost dead. And if I had removed the ventilator, then it would not be good for me because my father or mother would have died. So I have done my duty of not killing. Because this person is so ignorant that he doesn't know what is happening. How the karma works. He doesn't know. So if there is a person who knows some knowledge of karma, he will not have guilt in him, because in a normal person there will be guilt that he did not take care or she did not take care and it's my duty to do so and all that would be there. So the guilt will kill the person. Guilt is something which will take the person either to hell realm of existence or will make him stay in whatever place it is. It depends on what comes up at the time of death. So if somebody were to have a lot of guilt that he did this or did that and then keeps on cursing himself or herself for the situation, then he is or she is already in hell. His mind or her mind is already there in hell, and that person can feel through anger, through frustration, through worry, through anxiety, through whatever, and the person can feel it. Either that mind has set itself into the animal existence or it has gone already into the hell realm of existence. Okay, so when the person who has little bit of knowledge on karma and let us say he is moving into spiritual, he will not get worried in the first place. So he will try to do what is possible, but still he has this ignorance that he is making payment and he is taking care of his family or his father or mother or whatever, and then still there will be little amount of guilt, not as much as guilt as what a normal human being would have. So the second level person. The third level person is the one who has understood a greater detail of karma and how it operates, how human beings arrive, or rather how beings arrive, and he also is aware that everybody has created his or her own prison, but he has not really experienced prison, but he knows that everybody comes here on their own and departs on their own and they are in a prison. then in that case the guilt will not be there. So he will yet have some kind of disturbance when he is asked to make 15 or 20 lakh payment to take care of his father or mother or whatever it is, or whoever he is taking care in the hospital, because he still feel attached to the parent or to the person whom he is supposed to take care. So in the first case, the person is completely attached and completely blinded with relationship. In the second case, he is little bit attached, he is not as attached as the first person, but fairly attached with the relationship. In the third case, since he is aware that every person comes out of their own karma and dies out of their own karma, at least intellectually speaking, even though he doesn't have experience, the attachment is lesser. The fourth person is a person who has complete knowledge and is understood that everybody is in this karma bondage, not in bondage of any relationship. There is no kartavya at all. What he is doing is just a karya and everybody are playing their role. So out of compassion towards his parents or whomever he is supposed to take care, because they both met because of karma, so he took the role of a son because of the karma, or that person took the role of a father because of the karma. And it doesn't mean that he should be doing like this forever with everyone. Knowing that this is a play of karma, not any person being there, what he does is that he does what is judicious at that point in time. If he has good amount of money and he can afford the hospitalization and other things, wherein even though the person is dying, he is on ventilator and he believes that on the doctor that there is a possibility of he surviving or she surviving, so he will allow that person to be put on ventilator. But if the doctor says that, look, this person will not survive and he is almost dead, you can remove the ventilator, without second thought he will ask the doctor, please remove the ventilator. Because there is no guilt, there is no attachment, there is nothing. And he will watch as the body goes into tremor and it will completely come to a halt. So this is what is the 4 levels, what we can see a person can be. So the 3rd and 4th level can never be understood by intellectual insight, meaning we might read a lot of books and we might come up with a lot of arguments this side and that side. That doesn't help. One who has really experienced what is the meaning of consciousness and he knows for sure that he doesn't exist, for that person the 4th one becomes easy. Even though he is married and has a wife or a son or a daughter or has parent or whatever it is, he knows it is just a play of karma. It's got nothing to do with him or anyone. So he doesn't get anxious or worried or whichever way it is. So this is the answer.
So can I assume like this? When you are a part of the problem, that means father is in the hospital and son is now trying to take care. He is having certain amount of money, not too big, not less also. So till his till he is able to sponsor that, he will go ahead. And after that, anyway, nothing can be done. Or maybe he may take loan, and beyond that, nothing is possible. After that, ventilator will naturally, doctor will stop. That's what is the current situation.
Correct.
But because now son is also part of the problem here. He's in that circle. Now what you're telling is, you think as if you are an external person now. When you look at this situation, you will get some answer. In the external situation, it clearly says that, yes, I think what son is now doing is right. Because anyway father is going to die, go and talk to doctor and doctor will tell you clearly, take second opinion, what is the life of this and how much money. Don't trouble that Jiva. When you think that the life is coming to an end, okay, support that. That's it, accept it. Don't have to spend money also. So that is not the right way, because you are spending money of not only yours, your family's money. You are not authorized to spend your family money, you can spend your money. So like that you get some thoughts as a third person. And third person, if he gives advice, that is the best advice here, because he is talking from outside the problem, not inside the problem.
Correct.
Yeah, I think we are talking about the last person like that. It is also very similar to, there is one father and one daughter, father, mother, and daughter. Daughter is having a love affair with somebody, and then these people don't allow because of it's a different religion and so many problems. They will disagree for marriage. But if a person sees from outside, think that anyway they are together, then why to stop? Just bless them. Your problem is solved. Why unnecessary you are carrying heavy? Because again, as a third person, you can think, but same problem comes to the third person, then he's not in a position to address that issue. So what you are telling is, you think always like a third person. You will get, unbiased, balanced views, and try to use that.
Correct. That is what prajna is all about.
Correct. Prajna. I think that's right word. I think that's convincing. Last.
Yeah, Padma Shri, did I answer the question?
Yes, Vilas.
So, knowing karma and its play is mandatory for all of us, all the four of us. And if we know and we experience that, then there is no fear. It's all play of karma only. It's got nothing to do with you and me or anyone. Okay, so shall we continue then on Bhagvadgita?
Yes.
1 minute. Okay, so we did the 8th one, so then we go to the 9th one. Now comes the Jiva as an enjoyer. So he says that Shrotram Chakshu Sparshanam Cha Rasam Granam Eva Cha Adhishtaya Manah Cha Ayam Vishayan Upasevate. So all the five senses and the five sense object presiding as though independent yet dependent, called as mind. This so-called Jiva enjoys them. It's a very deep connotation. So example I could say is that I am working for an organization, is sense object. I am enjoying the work, is again sense object. And I am enjoyer is the senses. So there is nobody called as an enjoyer. Or there is nobody called as a sufferer. What do you think? Did you get my question right?
Maybe you can ask that again.
See, if working for an organization, then I get into situation. That situation is an object. Okay. Now, how to handle the situation is coming from the senses through the mind. And the senses and the mind together is called a Jiva. Vishayan upasevate. So when I say I am a Jiva, it means I am, that I am, what I am using is just a non-living entity. So there is no enjoyer nor there is sufferer. What do you think?
No, I think, what did you say? See, you are sensing things in our office, for example, through sensing elements. Yes. Then what is your question there?
Question is that there is no enjoyer and there is no sufferer. Do you agree with that?
There is no enjoyer, there is no sufferer. If you see the Vishaya, yes. No enjoyer, no sufferer. It is just Vishaya.
That's what he's saying here. Shrotram chakshuhu sparshanam cha rasanam ghranam eva cha adhisthaya manah cha ayam vishayan upasevate. For all practical purposes, it looks like a jiva having a soul, but it is just an amsha. There is no soul there. That's what he explained in the earlier 7th one, which we spoke about for long. Mama eva amshah jiva loke jiva bhutah sanatanah manah shashtani indriyani prakrtistani karshati. So that,
yeah, can you tell me this? I agree, through these Panchendriyas, your Vishaya is coming in and they're enjoying. That is who is enjoying? Jiva. What is Jiva here? Jiva means Amsha Paramatma and Manas, right? Manasita Ahankara. Triguna. So when you have this Triguna Manasita Ahankara.
No, Triguna is Sattva, Rajas, Tamas.
Yes, everything is there, right?
Yes.
We have all three.
And
then what is coming this five from this nature, Panchabhutas through Panchendriyas coming in, on that we are enjoying. Yes, that is a statement here. What is the question here that I have not understood?
The question,
we are enjoying, that is true through that. Enjoying means we are feeling both sides, emotions.
Yes, so the question here is, do you really see that you are an enjoyer and a sufferer?
No.
It is only the
Jiva point of view, no. But mind point of view, yes. So we should.
There is no Jiva is what
it is only mind, yeah.
He's saying there is no Jiva.
There is no Jiva.
Jiva in the sense the real I doesn't exist. It is only the reflected I which exists.
Yeah.
So the original I, Paramatma's Amsha is there. Correct?
Yes.
But it is not Paramatma to enjoy or to suffer.
Correct. Daivamsha Sambhuta.
Daivamsha Sambhuta. So the suffering and enjoyment is all matter only. So the Jiva as an enjoyer is an illusion. So now we are coming into Advaita.
Correct. That's the reason I was thinking, yes.
If you say Jiva is
for you defined everything Dvaita, now you are telling that you are Advaita. Don't worry about this Dvaita.
Yes. From now onwards, we will get promoted to Advaita. From this verse onwards.
Advaita.
And that is answered in the 10th verse. He says, Utkram.
So, Vilas, daily basis, we are going to Dvaita. Night time when you deep sleep, it is Advaita. When you come to real world, it is Dvaita, right?
Correct.
And during this transition in between, you have some Sapna.
Yes.
Sapna is also Dvaita because there is something.
Yes. It is.
And Swapna
transition
to deep sleep.
No,
I am more interested to know from you that Sandhi time, how that Sandhi happens. Coming here and going to other side.
See, let me explain to you. The waking state is Dvaita. Dreaming state is Vishishta Advaita. and the Shushupti state is completely Advaita.
Perfect. This is perfect. This is new learning for me.
That's all what it is.
Jagrata avastha is Dvaita.
In the Swapna, you can't say you exist or you don't exist. So which is Vishishta Advaita.
Yes.
Physically you are not existing, but mentally you are existing.
See, this transition is smooth, or it is just instantly transits?
It is instant, right?
one to
See,
one.
even now, but while you are driving, let's say you are driving to office. If there is no traffic, are you not dreaming?
Yeah.
So you are in Vishishta Advaita immediately.
Attention goes to dream. Yes.
Until something else come on the road. Let us say signal comes on the road, you are back on the road. Okay, now if the phone call comes, let's say you are driving and a mobile phone comes. Aren't you moving into this dream state? Let's say let's say you are driving from Nelamangala highway and you are going towards Hassan, and the road is very easy, free, without anything. Now a phone call from your hometown comes and you are talking. Would you remember?
Yes.
Would you remember that Kunigal has gone?
Yeah, and I agree. See, when you are giving this one, if I receive some message, if I look at that, immediate shift to that message.
Yes.
Mind.
Yes. So it is not in a slow way it goes, it is instantaneous.
See, now in that case, my one more question there. That I agree. It shifts, mind shifts here to there, but mind cannot concentrate at a time on multiple things. So that means the parallel thing is not possible. It's only sequential, mind point of view. Thought is sequential, only one thought at a time. But when we are doing driving, we do 3-4 things together. Thought is one, but we do 3 actions: clutch, gear, brake, and then watching everything. So you explained me some time back, but with respect to this, can you just explain me
It is
how that works?
This is done by consciousness. And
the driving is done by the consciousness, it is not by the thought?
It is not by the thought.
Only the watching is thought, watching and giving some...
No, getting immersed into something is what mind can do.
See, now my question is clear here now. See, I am watching outside and I know that there is I'm going at some 60 km speed. Suddenly one cow comes. I watch. Then I apply brake. This happens in the what you call Jagrata Avastha, right?
Yes.
And there are something automatically happens. Brake, so many things are happening together. That is I am not doing it through my Jagrata Avastha. It happens through something like subconscious mind. How these two things happen together?
No, it is not happening together. You have conscious mind. Your phone call is the conscious mind. There is subconscious mind where you have mastered how to drive the car, and there is unconscious mind where the vasanas are there. Okay. Now, for all the 3, there is one thing which is existing, and that is called consciousness. That is
for all, consciousness is common, agreed.
So there is nothing called as a waking state and sleeping state and the dreaming state and the turiya. All the 4 states are the same consciousness. So the mind feels that it is talking and it is driving and all that. It is its own way of madness. Okay, so when the phone call is there and you are driving, the mind removes itself from Kunigal and all those small towns which are coming, and it is talking. So unless something comes on the road, it will not come back. So it is enjoying the talk or suffering with the talk, and this body is completely taken over by this unconscious mind which knows how to drive. Because you already learnt it, right? So it is on an autopilot mode. For both the thing to happen, the consciousness has to be there, and that's the reason we call it as an unconscious mind, because there is this ray of light which is coming, which is the amsha, whereas the mind is completely deflected, but that has got nothing to do with what mind thinks. So it is still running the show, the consciousness. Okay, so when something else comes, let's say something comes on the road, mind stops, that is the chitta stops at that moment, and now you have only consciousness. There is no waking state, there is no dream state, there is no shushupti, there is no turiya. You are in turiya actually at that time. So let's say a cow has come in between and you have to brake. Mind stops. And you come to the present moment, which is consciousness, which is Brahman, or called by whatever name. So you feel that surge, which you cannot explain to anyone. What did you feel?
It's a full attention.
It's full attention. It's in that awareness.
And you say after that, I don't know what I did, something I did.
Yes.
That is what the reflected action.
Yes, because there is no reflected consciousness anymore. There is nothing to reflect. You are that consciousness. That's all.
So you are coming fully into Jagrata Avastha.
Into Turiya, not Jagrata Avastha.
Oh, Turiya.
Not Jagrata. Jagrata means the senses and sense objects, everything is working. Here nothing works. There is no senses, there is no sense object, there is no you or I or anything. And that moment is the real I.
So in that Turiya, there is no emotion, right?
Nothing is there. Yeah.
Energy.
Just energy, and that's the reason you cannot recollect what you did.
Yeah, it happened, yes.
You try your best, you cannot recollect.
Yeah. In our earlier discussions, we were talking about during your last moment, what your mind is, it will take journey from there.
Correct.
Either it is in a happy mode or sorrow mode. But during this time, it is an accident. During this time, you have suddenly shifted to that mode. And if the death happens during that time, what is that called, that journey?
That journey will be...
Because you are already in Turiya.
You're already in Turiya, so if nothing comes out, it will be hanging till it comes. But it will come out. It will come out of that. Just like you will come out of that after a few minutes, right? Again, this also will come out. Let us say that cow is standing and he hits the cow and he dies. And the cow also dies. Okay, and now what happens is the cow is last thought of the cow is also there. It is out of fear. It is standing there, and you are you means that person, whoever is hit the cow, is come out of his body, and that shock has made him stay in Turiya for some time. After some time, that will pass away, leading the mind to whatever it is. So the next thought will come.
For next thought, the body is required, right? But now...
Yes. Now the body is not there.
He's dead.
He's dead. So he'll try to enter into the body. It is not possible. Then he is able to see what has happened, and he is helpless. So for some hours, he is in complete panic, doesn't know what to do. And after some time, thoughts keeps on changing, so he will then feel very light, going here, there and everywhere, wherever. So he will return back to his home from where he started. Instantly he's in his home. He can see his family or whatever it is, but they are not aware that he's dead. So he tries his best to explain that he no longer is available. So what happens here is that if somebody's intuition is very good, they can feel that this person has come home. They feel that I'm feeling that my father has come, or my mother has come, or somebody has come. Okay, and they cannot speak. And the very few minutes after that, they get the news that this person has died out of accident, and please come.
Yes.
So this is how it works.
Okay.
Shall I continue?
Yeah, please.
Okay, so verse number 10, from here we are going to Advaita. Utkramantam stitham va api bhunjanam va guna gunanvitam vimudahana anupashyanti pashyanti jnana chakshushaha. Utkramantam, the person who is dying or dead, or like this car fellow who is hit a cow and has died. Stitham, one who is currently available inside the body, that is the four of us having the stula sharira, or also Bhunjanam, one who is enjoyer, va gunanvitam, is united to the guna only, that is rajas tamas sattva, as called as jiva, because that is non-living. Vimudahana anupashyanti, the deluded ones do not know this. What? That it is nirjiva. It is because of consciousness all of this is happening, not that there is an independent person sitting there. Pashyanti jnana chakshushaha, one who has wisdom opened up knows that he is not. So I think that answers on who he is.
Actually, this answers my earlier question.
Yes.
As per Kannada translation here, ಶರೀರವನ್ನು ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಹೋಗುವ ಅಥವಾ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿರುವ ಅಥವಾ ಗುಣಾನ್ವಿತನಾಗಿ ಭೋಗಿಸುವ ಈ ಜೀವವನ್ನು ಮೂಢರು ಕಾಣದಿರುವ ಜ್ಞಾನಚಕ್ಷು ಉಳ್ಳವರು ಮಾತ್ರ ಕಾಣುವರು. ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಮೂಢರು cannot see this, only people with the ಜ್ಞಾನಚಕ್ಷು can see this.
Yes.
Means what? Who is seeing who? Is it the mind is seeing that, or it is only
if the mind is seeing it, it is Dvaita. You are back to waking moment. Because that is the naughty eye. It is not a real eye. Okay. So sthitam.
Jnanachakshu can see this, means it is only the Paramatma Amsha can see that, or it is pure mind can see that? What is the real meaning here?
If somebody can transcend the gunas, three gunas, can only see that. That's the best way to put it.
That is with your pure mind as a jiva.
There's no jiva. That's what he's trying to tell you. The jiva, what we are calling, is a reflected consciousness. What is reflected consciousness? It is just a mirror image of it.
That means Paramatma can see Paramatma here.
That's all what is true. That is the reason Advaita is the only truth.
Nahi jnanena sadrisham.
And that's the reason Advaita is not an easy way to understand.
That means only Jnani can identify the Jnanam.
Yes.
Buddha cannot understand the Jnana because ignorance.
Yes. He still feels that he is dead. There was never anybody born to die. That is the Advaita answer.
So Jatasya Maranam Dhruma is a Dvaita statement.
Yes.
Purnat Purna Mudachyate is Advaita statement. So So Bhagavad-gita deals with both. Initial first is all about Jiva and all that. Last part is only Jnana.
Yes, sir.
So Bhakti and all coming under Jiva, right?
Yes, to see the Jnana, which is a Dvaita.
Nice.
Till that time, we are all Dvaiti.
Because we have a Jnana, we are looking for Jnanam.
Yes.
We are Jnanis, we are looking for Jnanam. This journey is clearly explained in this Bhagavad-gita.
Yes. So once you have, yeah, once the Jnana is established, it becomes Asi. You are. There is no more to search. See, first was Tvam, then it became Tat, then it is Asi. Jagat, Jivi, Jagat, Ishvara. Jivi is just a reflected consciousness which doesn't have anything except for the senses. Jagat is created out of senses. Ishvara is that Ishvara which Jivi thinks is Ishvara, so it keeps on praying to that Ishvara, which is reflected consciousness only. Now, a Jnani will delete all the three. He will first remove the Jagat, so that then only Jivi and Ishvara remains. Then he removes the Jivi. What remains is only Ishvara. Then Ishvara merges with Paramatma because it is the same one. So now there is no longer anything called as Prakriti away from Purusha. So it is Purusha having Prakriti in itself. And that is the reason it is a Dvaita. So what I should understand, but as an experiential knowledge, not as a theoretical knowledge, is what is Jivi, what is Jagat, and what is Ishvara.
Yes. Jagat is understood, Panchabhutas. Jivi is understood, which is having all these mind, thoughts, and emotions, trigunas, and all that, time bound. And Parameshwara is also understood. It's a pure, there's nothing. It's like a gold ornament. One ornament can talk to another ornament telling that I am this, I am that. But when everything melts, it is only one gold.
Yes, that is a Dvaita. Good example. But if you have understood that, so from today you are an Advaiti. So now do you have a wife?
If you see this, nothing.
You don't have two daughters also.
There is nothing. Everything is only me.
Yeah. So you have become Aham Brahmasmi. That's all. That is verse number 10 for you.
Verse number 10.
Now we'll go to 11. Oh, we don't have time. We have 3 more minutes. So let's discuss something or we can end. Yeah, Lata. And
maybe we can continue next time. We have maybe QAs for others. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm very, very happy today because the two Klista examples you analyze in such a way that we are able to understand between this Jiva, Prapancha, and Paramatma.
Good. Lata, you have anything to add? Padma Shri, you have become very silent. Yesterday was very nice of you. So for you to speak, I think I need to bring in Bhakti or something, and then Padma Shri raises up. Yeah, Padma Shri, what happened?
Padmasi must be searching for the mute button.
Or she has got enlightened.
Maybe, is it hanging?
I don't know.
Sometimes When the internet goes down, no, you can see, but the connection, yeah, she's there. No?
No, she's not there.
No.
I mean, she's there. It's only that muted is there. Yeah, Lata, you have anything to add or talk or anything?
No, I don't have anything much to add. So yesterday I was asking, what's the difference between that I, which is there throughout you from the birth to now. You can still feel that, and everything is happening to that I, irrespective of whatever your name or whatever it is. When you are small to now, the different interactions. That is one thing which is unchanging with you. So that is Chidabhasa.
Correct.
Right.
Right.
That is a Jiva, not Jivi. Jiva.
Correct.
Right, correct. So then, so that is, and if you keep on observing, that is one way of trying to get into Atman. And then when you are in awareness and you are able to see yourself as not your mind, for example, and that's when, and that if you are able to, and that's the Atman state.
Yes. The awareness state is the Atman.
Yeah, correct. So yesterday I was having kind of was bit. I knew it, but I just wanted to have clarification from you. That's why I asked. So now in this chapter, in these verses, this is what is getting explained.
Correct.
So just trying to tell you what you are.
Correct.
And you can differentiate really only if you have that experience.
Yes.
So when you know it, it is different, but when you experience it, it's different. So it's that's what I can say.
Yes. So when you are in complete awareness, just like that person hitting the cow, before hitting the cow, he becomes completely aware that
Yes.
Chidabhasa goes away.
Yes.
And that is awareness meditation.
Yeah, correct. So, and that I think you just slip into it. I don't know. And all these kind of mechanism, techniques, all this is to get you to that state.
Yes. Once you get there,
And it is so,
yes, that's correct.
yeah. And it is always there everywhere. And now I understand. It is there closer to, when all these sages say, all those gurus say that it is so close to you that it is closer than your breath.
Yes.
And I understand what it really means. It is so close that you miss it always.
Because the mind is so
And you are that.
Yes, and you are that. You are just a witness, that's all.
Yeah. So that you misses it. But then even knowing all this, it is a slight experience plus an intellectual understanding for me. Even after knowing that, I still do not feel that I am that. That are still not established.
Yes.
So that's something which I need to establish.
True. If you can do that, then you have done what you are supposed to do in this life.
Right. So then that is, that's what I need to establish.
Yes, in that establishment, Lata, is what Padma Shri had asked yesterday about that person going to hospital and spending money and all that makes no sense. Meaning, you will do what is required to do at that point in time.
Yeah, correct. Yeah, that's right. So at that point of time, what needs to be done, you will do it.
Yes, because it becomes only karya, there is no kartavya.
Not only in that, in every situation,
Correct.
you will be doing what is required to be done.
Yeah, because the question from Bhatt and Padma Shri yesterday was on the, just hold on a second.
Yeah, Padma Shri is trying to say something.
No. I was thinking, that was not the question. That was but asked that question. Then I asked whether you have, what is the decision power that you are doing? Meaning, it is, you cannot make a decision on somebody else's behalf, saying that if I don't take him or if I don't give him treatment, his suffering will be less. So I cannot make that decision on somebody else's behalf. I can only make the decision whether I can do it or I cannot do it. That's all. That is what the discussion which I had with Bud. But the next question was whether we are treating everybody the same. We are saying yes, everything. See, when you are saying, for example, now you were talking that you feel that Chidabhasa, you're having, you closely watch, you have that awareness and you become the Atman. When you are in that state, you are not going to distinguish between, that is not a state where you say that I'm having that experience. That is a very clear state wherein you see whether you see the entire world as the same. And when that happens, it automatically comes out. Meaning it's not just a state of mind within your mind. That's all. It automatically.
Yeah, that is correct. That's true. I have not established that.
No, what I'm saying
What I'm trying to say.
is that it comes out. So that is why we see so many people different. Meaning why we see Buddha different, why we see Raghavendra Swami different, or why we see Ramakrishna Paramahamsa or Vivekananda different from us, is because they have transcended that part. I know, see, the experience is not about we feeling it inside, it is just, it will come out. Meaning there is no need for us to say that I had an experience of this kind. Meaning the moment I say I had an experience of that kind, that means I have separated out. Meaning presently I am not having that. Presently I am not in that state. That is what it means.
Yeah, that is right. So when you say an experience, who is experiencing it?
See, the problem is like this, Padma Shri. For talking sake, we have to use all of these adjective, verb and noun and all that. Otherwise, there is nothing to explain.
No, that is different. That is different, Vilas. I am not saying that we are, for talking sake, you have to use it. That is not what I'm saying. But I am just saying, when you are saying I had an experience of this kind, that means presently I am not in that state.
Exactly, that is correct.
Whether in the same way, meaning I am not using I in that state, I am using it in the way you are telling only, because I have to make that reference. So
Yes.
I use that word only for a reference sake.
Yes, why?
But still,
Yes, you are
when
right.
I am separating myself from that experience and said I had an experience like that, that means I am not in that state.
Right.
And that is only an experience for me. When I come to that state, I don't need to make that announcement that I am in that state. It will
Yes.
come out by itself, is what I'm saying.
Yes, absolutely. No doubt.
You are completely right. No.
Yes, you are completely right.
Right.
And anybody can,
But
after
only, yes.
yeah, sorry. Anybody seeing your face can realize that you are in that state.
Exactly.
So
Yeah, you don't have, and we are, none of us have reached a state of Ramakrishna or Raghavendra or
Absolutely.
whoever that is. So that mature mind has not reached. We are trying to work ourselves towards that. So, but that does not discount the experiences we had.
Absolutely no. I know it is. I am just saying these are all steps we are moving there. I'm exactly telling the same thing which you are telling. Meaning none of us are there where we feel that we have attained that position, because the moment we attain, we will never be telling we have attained it.
right. True.
Yeah. Nobody has claimed also that they have attained it.
No, what you're saying is true.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't mind continuing. It's already 9:38.
I have another meeting.
No, I think I will want to drop.
Okay. All right. So we'll
So,
meet tomorrow.
congratulations, Padma Shri, for your new role.
What?
Thank you.
New role has come. Bhakti or
Yeah, it has come.
okay, fine.
So what are you now, Padma Shri?
Ask me what I
It's a very important role.
No, they're planning a common platform manufacturing execution system across the across IA, meaning PAPI and PAEN. They want somebody to run the R&D. I'm running the R&D for that.
Wow.